morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the 46th Mill Valley Film Festival. My name's Joanne. I'm the Director of Education for the California Film Institute. We run the festival. We run this theater. We're so excited for you guys to be here today. How many of you guys have been to the festival before? A few of you. Welcome back. How many of you guys are here for the first time? Oh, yay. We're so excited to have you. Welcome. Welcome. You're going to have so much fun. This is our favorite thing to do really all year. We get to bring like a couple thousand students to the theater to watch films at the film festival. It's really fun for us, but I hope even more so it is really, really fun for you. How many of you have actually never even been in this theater before? Oh, awesome. Welcome. Welcome. So we have a lot of people to thank that got you here today. You know, not only did you get to come to the movies on a school day, that's pretty awesome, but you got to do it all for free. Film festivals, normally you have to buy a ticket like everybody else does, and you know, it's a whole thing. But we wanted to make it really easy for you guys to come. We like it to be part of your school experience. So we want to thank some of the sponsors that make it possible for us to do that. They're the ones who actually help to pay for all the resources that turn these lights on, that projector that's on, that have all these people here that are supporting us today, including, is he even in the booth? Is my man Dan in the booth? Oh, he's not right now. We'll find him later. Our projectionist, he's hiding. Can you see him? Oh, he's good at hiding. All right, let's all wave to Dan. We like to wave to Dan. We can't do anything unless Dan's in the booth, because then there'd be no movie on the screen, right? But all of that is because of our sponsors that make that possible. So I just want to thank them, the Marine Community Foundation, the Nancy P. and Richard K. Robbins Family Foundation, and Project Number 9. Let's give them all a big round of applause for all of their support of MVFF Education. But I also want to thank some really amazing people who are here in the room, and those are the teachers that brought you here today. They did a lot of work to make sure you could get here, so a huge round of applause for them. And I just want to give a quick welcome to all the schools that are here in the house. We have Martin Luther King Jr. Academy here from Marin City. We have Annie Yates Elementary that came all the way from Emeryville, way to cross the bridge to be with us today, and Edna McGuire from Mill Valley. Yay! Yes. We're super happy to have all of you here today. So you guys came here to see not just one movie, you guys get to see, no, not even 2 movies. You know how many movies you get to see? 6. 6 movies you're going to see today. 6 movies! I mean, really, that just doesn't get any better than that. 6 movies. They're all totally different, but they've got some similar themes, which is why we put them all together. I think it's going to be really fun for you guys. We've got, as you probably know, we have movies about monsters. We have 3 movies about monsters. We have a couple movies that talk about the magic of the moon in some really interesting ways. We have a really cool movie about movies. But we also have some filmmakers that are going to be with us today, which means that you get to actually ask questions about the movies you're about to watch after you see them. Ask them how they made the movies, why they made the movies, you know, what it's like to be a filmmaker, anything you want to ask them about the making of their movies, and any questions about their stories. You have a question already? Yes. How did I put them all together? That's a very good question, actually. Nobody's ever asked me that before. So I'm actually what's called a programmer for a film festival. So I spend a lot of time, over the last 6 months, looking for movies around the world that oftentimes I find them playing at other film festivals, or I know local filmmakers who are making movies. They send their movies to me. I look at them, or I look at movies at other festivals, and and then I go, I want to show that one, and I want to show that one, and oh my God, that would go really good with that one. And then I put them all together, and then I call or I email those filmmakers, and I ask if I can show their movies. They say, yes, that would be awesome. And then we invite them to the film festival, and then we have a program. And that was basically film programming, film festival curation 101. And I should tell you that actually, just so you know, when you guys get to be teenagers, we have a program called Young Curators where you can actually learn to do that, and you would pick you would get to choose the films in our Youth Works category, which we offer in the summer for teens. So just for future, if you're interested in that. Thank you for asking. Okay, so we're going to get started, and then we will have the filmmakers here for Q&A after. We're going to have the filmmakers for the producer of Gugu, naGogo, the director of Lake Merritt Monster, and the director and composer of A Life in Technicolor are all going to be here. So think about those 3 films, A Life in Technicolor, Lake Merritt Monster, and Gugu, naGogo, if there's things that come up for you as you're watching that you want to ask questions about, and we will take your questions at the end. Enjoy the movies. Again, thanks for being here, and have fun. Did you guys like those? Yeah? Was that good? I think it's pretty great. I'm so excited to welcome our filmmakers. We have the producer of Gugu, naGogo, Diana Ward, all the way here from Australia. We have Benjamin Mulholland, the director of the Lake Merritt Monster, here all the way from Oakland. And we have the director of A Life in Technicolor, Alex Ramirez, here all the way from San Antonio, Texas. So I'm going to ask you maybe one or two questions, and then I'm going to actually come down with a microphone and take questions from you guys because it's easier than doing it from up here. So maybe if you could just say a little bit about the inspiration for making your films, why you chose to tell these particular stories.
Gugu naGogo was conceived by Taku Mbadzi, who's the writer and director, for two reasons. First, she wanted to make a film that her daughter could grow up to watch, that represented her life experience and her culture. And also, we really wanted to make a film that was about the immigrant experience, but that was actually full of love and joyful rather than like the difficulties of immigration.
I wanted to make a adventure film with monsters in it and kind of, relive my childhood with Goonies and put all kinds of different kids in it. So it's kind of a wish fulfillment there.
Yeah, so for A Life in Technicolor, two reasons. One, I wanted to make a movie that really just kind of celebrated movie making, which is a love that I found with my mom. We used to watch old movies together. Also, I'd been used to making like really kind of like intense dramas. And during pandemic, I'd started watching a lot of Studio Ghibli films. Does anyone like Studio Ghibli? Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, stuff like that. I wanted to make something that kind of felt like that kind of like beauty and spectacle, but also had like really quiet moments that you could just like vibe to.
And you guys mostly worked with younger actors, but also potentially newer. Can you talk a little bit about your casting and how you found the characters and knew that they were the right people to play them?
Yeah, with Gugu naGogo, all of our three main characters were first-time actors. We found them through a casting process, so we auditioned people from all over Australia. If you don't know much about Australia, Australia's a very big country in size, not so much population, but in size. So it's bigger than America in geography size. And so we saw people from all over the country, and that's how we found our cast. And for, I think, nearly every single person that we cast, so Gugu, Chennai, and Gogo, we knew when we saw their first auditions that we thought they were the ones, and obviously that came true.
We worked with an amazing casting director. Shout out to Tina. I know she's not here, but still shout out anyway. I saw a lot of actors and actresses, and some of the actors in there that I knew personally or in previous films of mine, but all the young kids who played the high schoolers in that movie were, two were new and two were kind of experienced. So one of them you'll see in a Disney TV show coming soon. I can't remember what it is, High School Musical or something, I forget. But anyway, he's in it, and so yeah. But yeah, casting was a lot of fun, and you always know who the person's gonna be when you see him.
Yeah, so for our lead in A Life in Technicolor, that was played by Josie Porras, who is an actor in San Antonio. I'd wanted to work with Josie for a really, really long time. She was a stage actor, and also she was a cosplayer. She was used to doing cosplays of Disney princesses, and we just aligned on so many different things. We wanted to make something that felt like a Pixar movie, but like live action in a way. So it was really fun just to work with her and do like really like kind of like bold like direction and like, I don't know, just harken back to the days of old cinema.
All right, this is the fun part, where you guys get to ask questions. All right, do we have one over here? Yeah, let's start over here. Don't worry, I'll be wandering around.
Hi, I'm Mia, and how'd you make that Demogorgon monster thingy?
I assume you mean me.
I'm pretty sure she's talking to you.
When we were designing the monster, Stranger Things came out, and so they had first the Demogorgon was two-legged, and then it became four-legged. So we had to redesign our monster slightly differently to avoid the comparison. So that happens a lot in film where someone makes something that's similar to yours at the same time, and so they got there first, obviously. So we made it more beefier, bigger. It made the head open up a little bit differently, and yeah, it's just what happens. So trust me, that was the first thing. The first call I got was like, "It looks like a Demogorgon. We have to change it." And I'm like, "Well, we can change these things." So, yeah.
How did you actually build the monster?
So there's two ways we built it. We had kind of an on-set cutout for one of the shots. You probably wouldn't notice. The shadow comes over him, so we had kind of a cutout. And then the other way that we built it was it was hand-drawn at first by an artist at ILM. And then he made a computer version of it that got sent over to another company called Mavericks VFX. And Mavericks re-rigged it, redid it, and then we ended up inserting it into shots. I think about 36 visual effects shots in total.
All right, let's take one right here.
Hi, my name is Nico. I wanted to ask, is it like a movie? Like, is there going to be a movie about it?
You mean me?
Yeah. You're going to make a feature out of it.
Yes, there is a feature film. It started off as a feature film, and then we went to LA and did the LA thing, and everyone said, "Can you make a short?" And we said, "Do you have money?" And they said, "No." So I'm kind of crazy and think I can do pretty much anything, so I set out to make a visual effects short with no money, and we did.
But the feature is still in development, correct?
The feature is still in development as we speak.
Great. All right.
I'm Eva, and I'm trying to ask, how did you make the moon shine?
That's a really great question.
The moon was a combination of stock footage, which is footage that people have already filmed that you can then license or buy to use in your own film. And then we actually did visual effects to make it change and for it to shine and glow.
All right, I've got a question over here.
So this is to the creator of Lake Merritt Monster. Why did you just suddenly end it like that?
Cliffhanger!
Cliffhanger.
Because for that exact reaction. So when this started out, it started off as what's called a proof of concept. It's basically we have to make a short version of what we want to make. So that's why we left it on a cliffhanger, because we knew people would want to see more. So.
All right, right here.
Hi, my name is Raina. What was the powder that was on the grandma's shoes?
The moon dust on her shoes? What was your question about it? Sorry. What was it? Oh,
What was that?
Yeah, it was moon dust. So do you know what that means? Yeah. Yeah, just yell it out. Correct, yes. So what he said was it meant that she traveled by the moon.
Very cool. All right, we have a question back here on this side.
Can I be in your movie?
Whose movie? There's three
All
of us
of
up
yours.
here. The movies are already shot. You mean the next
I
movie?
know, yeah. Can I be a VIP? Can I just come? And can I be the monster? Please?
You are the monster.
Please?
Burn.
That's sad. I got a question. Do you like chocolate?
A what?
No, chocolate. Do you like chocolate?
Stick to questions about the film.
Who doesn't
You have a
like
question about the
chocolate?
films? Yeah.
Well, I'm nervous. How long did it take you to make the monster one?
How long did it take me to make the monster movie, or just the monster?
The movie. How long did it take each of you guys to make your movies?
You go first.
Yeah, so it took I was 28 when I started A Life in Technicolor, started writing it, and I'm 31 now. Yeah.
It took me roughly 4 years. 3 to 4 years, yeah.
Including development, it took us about 2 years.
Movies take a long time. Yes, you can ask a question. I'll be back. Don't worry.
Can I act for one of your movies?
Can you do what?
Can I act for one of your movies?
Are you in drama club?
Yep.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
Well, stay in drama club. We'll see what you got.
Well, do you like chocolate?
All right, heading over here. Ready?
That's a new thing. Do we like chocolate?
What was the blue thingy on the arm in Life in Technicolor?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
The blue like blotch on the arm and.
Yeah, so that's kind of like one of the black and white outside of her apartment, for us, we kind of like all, the entire cast and crew just felt like it was a metaphor for COVID-19. So that splotch that you see on her arm, I mean, she's becoming part of the movie, right? The movie from outside is seeping in, so she's becoming part of the silent film, that black and white era.
Cool. All right, question here.
So for Life in Technicolor, why did the day count start at 70?
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Why did the day count start at 70?
Why did it start at 70? So if anyone remembers that time of having to be in isolation for like months and months, the days, for me at least, kind of just like bled together. So I just thought it would be interesting, like if you throw someone who's right in the middle of isolation, just kind of like throw them into an adventure when they don't expect it. I don't know, I kind of wanted to see what that would be like, you know? And I mean, that time, I'm sure for everyone, was just like mind-numbingly boring. And, you know, again, like just kind of like finding joy in the movies.
All right, we have a question right here.
Is the short for the monster movie the same as the actual movie?
The short was, I took some of the monster movie and condensed it down into a short. So yeah, there's a lot of similarities, but not, there's way more going on in the movie, the feature movie, yeah.
How did you do the black and white on, like the splash of black and white on the arm, on her arm?
Yeah, so we had a really talented cinematographer who also did special effects. We also hired out a special effects artist from New York to come in and do that part and some of the other visual effects. They were actually really fast. That was probably like the quickest part of the entire process. It only took like 3-4 weeks to do the visual effects.
Cool. All right.
What was your favorite part of all of your guys' movies or shorts?
Excellent question. So for me, it was actually the last day of filming. I usually actually really, not that I dislike filming, but you know, whenever you get on a film set, everything is high pressure. Everything is like, you gotta shoot this next scene, you know, we don't have much time. But the last day, you know, it was the first time a lot of the cast and crew had filmed anything in about a year. So, I mean, we were all like really emotional, you know, we'd been through 3-4 days of filming. It was like an incredible experience to just like bond with the cast and crew. And I actually like started to tear up on the last day. And we just sat in my living room at the end, the entire cast and crew, around pizza and soda, and just talked about what we plan to do in the future. That was a really like special moment, not just in filmmaking, but in my life.
My favorite part of the movie was, my favorite part of the movie making process was, I wanted to make this movie and I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't, like, it was a monumental task. I just didn't understand how it was going to happen. And I met this guy named Scott Mosier, and he was like, don't worry about it. He just said, you just do it, and we'll figure it out as we go. Like, it was just this weird kind of moment of permission that someone gave me. And I said, okay, so we did it. And true to his word. He opened up all the doors of Hollywood to help get this movie made. So it was about that. It was about like giving myself permission to like try something impossible that seemed impossible.
For me, it's at the very, very end when people get to see the film, people like you, and we see what you think of it and whether you liked it and see what your reactions are. That's definitely my favourite part.
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. We will go.
When is the actual film gonna come out of the monster movie?
As soon as I can get it to you. Sorry I left you on a cliffhanger. I feel now very bad that I didn't give you some closure. But soon. Hopefully soon. Never. I need your 850, buddy.
Was the sea monster movie inspired by anything?
Was your movie inspired by anything? Like the monster movie? Oh. That concept of it.
Was it inspired by anything?
Right, yeah.
Yes. So early in my childhood, my mom went missing for a little while. So it was inspired by that.
Cool. Okay.
She's okay. But she did go missing for a
Do
little
you
while.
guys have any siblings?
Yeah, I'll take that one. So I don't have any siblings, but the closest thing that I have to a brother, they're actually sitting in the back of the theater. They're the composer, my friend Christian. Raise your hand, buddy. Yeah. So Christian did some of the music on the film, and he was with me through most of that 3-year-long process. Yeah, I mean, just great best friend bonding.
Yeah, I've got brother and sister and some cousins that are basically my brothers and sisters too. So I got a lot of siblings.
I have a brother.
All right. Where?
My name's Jeremiah, and my question was, when we were watching the Lake Merritt Monster and they built like a ray gun, can you actually make one in real life?
I'll tell you this. The ray gun is based off of real technology. So I think if you want to build a ray gun, you better get on it.
Can I get your autograph?
Of course.
We can totally do that after.
My name is DeAndre, and what is your favorite film?
Oh, that's a good question, David. What's your favorite film?
Can you come back to me?
Your turn.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, so, I talked about Studio Ghibli before, but I actually got into anime quite a bit during pandemic. And my favorite movie right now is this anime called Your Name. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it. It's by Makoto Shinkai. I highly suggest it for anyone who just wants, doesn't matter the age, if you just want a brilliantly structured story, watch Your Name.
Trying to pick a favorite movie is impossible, but I will say probably The Matrix is my favorite movie. But the reason that I make movies is a little movie called Top Gun from 1985. So when I was about your age, I watched Top Gun incessantly, and that's when I figured out that movies was a profession. Was on that movie. So because that was one of the first movies that ever made a behind the scenes featurette. So they're kind of duo movies. But yeah, I'm kind of a genre person.
I think my favourite films are probably ones which you would never have heard of. They come from Iran and Taiwan. But the first film that I saw that made me want to make films was The Goonies.
Same there. All right, we have a question right here.
Hi, I'm Zanea, and I got a question for all of you guys. If you had one thing that you wanted to do, what would it be?
You mean like another thing they want to make, maybe? Yeah.
I would like to tell a story that comes from my own heritage. My mother's from an island called Penang in Malaysia. And I would like to do a story that is a little bit about her immigrant experience, as well as sort of the more modern, contemporary immigrant experience that we have today.
I can't tell you what I want to do because then I would tell you a movie plot, and then you wouldn't see the movie. But there is a movie that I kind of want to make. It's about like growing up in Hawaii a little bit. And it's got monsters in it too, though. So.
It's gotta have monsters.
For me, I would actually love to make a sci-fi epic at one point. We were actually just talking about this outside the theater. So kind of have an idea brewing on that. Yeah.
I hold the microphone before, so you already know my name. But anyways, when's the rest of the Demogorgon movie gonna come out?
He keeps telling you he's working on it. He's working.
Who's got the money? Who's got the money?
Soon. I'm gonna call a bunch of people and say I got asked by kids when the movie's coming out, and we'll see if it moves the needle.
All right, we have time for like 2 more questions. I'm going here and then I'm going there because you've been standing a really long time.
I was wondering if I can get your autograph.
Who's autographed? Who's? There's 3 of us. Okay, great. Yes, I'm sure we can all hand out autographs.
Yes, bother us outside, y'all. Take selfies with us outside. Ask us questions.
I was wondering how you made like their eyes white, like when the person went into the thing to try to save their mother or something.
For the ghouls?
Like the middle, yeah, the one with the Demogorgon thing.
Which movie? Oh, the people like the ghouls. How did I make their eyes white?
Yeah.
Makeup. I have a very talented makeup artist named Elizabeth Fox who did all that work.
They're going to be outside. We'll have a chance for questions in the lobby and whatnot, but I need to make sure some of you guys have to get on a bus. Thank you guys for your movies. Thank you guys for being an awesome audience. Your questions are fantastic. I hope you guys will come back to the festival soon. Anna Yates, your bus is out back, so you're going to go out the back door. You guys, if you want to, these guys will be... if you guys want to say anything before they leave up here, they'll be out in the lobby. You can take pictures in front of the Step and Repeat outside, and then you can definitely get some autographs. Thanks, you guys. You were an awesome audience. I hope you had fun.
Thank you so much,
Thank you for watching the movie.